Yeah. Whoa,
No,
wait, hold on, it's hitting hard.
Oh, is that hitting hard? Oh, cute.
You took the spiciest one too.
It has a bit of tang to it.
Hey everyone, my name is Philip Wang. Welcome to another episode of Spill the Boba Tea, a show where I invite a special guest over to Bopomofo Cafe to make a drink that's based on my guest's life and career. Today we have with us an incredibly talented actor, dancer, who has been making waves for a while now abroad in Bollywood, but now he's making a splash here in his US debut on Netflix's new series, The Perfect Couple. Please welcome Ishan!
Oh my god, you killed that.
Was that all right?
What are you talking about?
Ishan, I'm so excited to have you here.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure to have you visiting us. Have you had boba before?
I hate to admit, but I had it earlier this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You were just getting yourself ready to...
Let's call it that.
This one's gonna be a little different. This one's gonna be your drink.
Let's
and
go.
Each ingredient here is based on a part of your life or something that you've done, so I can't wait for you to try this one.
Love that.
First off, we have some fermented rice milk and coconut milk.
That's fancy.
We saw in an interview that one of your favorite breakfast items is appam.
Appam,
Yeah.
yes, it is. Yeah,
And
indeed.
it's made with fermented rice
Yeah.
and coconut milk, so we thought we'd bring a little bit of home since it
Alright.
might have been a little while since you've had
I
some.
appreciate that.
Yeah.
I mean, I've never had this concoction before. I love that.
It's inspired. It's inspired.
And it's
yes.
fermented, so it's going to be good for your
Exactly.
gut microbiomes, etc.
Well, I wanted to bring this just because I want to talk about, your hometown. You live in Mumbai right now.
I do.
You grew up there, and you grew up around like the entertainment industry there, Bollywood. I feel like there's just so much to unpack there. Just like you getting to grow up in such a vibrant industry. Did you realize from a very early age just how cool it was that you were growing up in such an amazing industry?
Yeah, I mean, I never seeked anything else. I think it was always what I was most fascinated by, most passionate about.
Yeah.
I was lucky to be raised by my mom, who is a beautiful classical Indian dancer. She does a dance form called Kathak. So I kind of grew up in the environment with an appreciation for the arts, for music, and cinema, which she kind of sort of cultivated me into at a very impressionable age,
Yeah.
around the time I was in my preteens.
Yeah. It seems like the world right now is kind of like just learning about like Bollywood and Indian cinema. I feel like in the last 5-10 years, it's gotten like a lot more attention. How does it feel to kind of because you grew up in that, does it feel great to see like the rest of the world kind of catching up to what you've already known?
Absolutely. I mean, I think the world is becoming a smaller place, and it's a beautiful time for sort of global crossover work in general. But the spotlight being on India at the moment is I think it's a very unique time for us, and I think it's very beautiful.
Let's move on to our next ingredient, which is we have a little bottle here, which is actually beet juice syrup. Okay, this is real beet juice. And the reason why is because this kind of looks like blood.
It kind of does.
Right?
That's a bit gnarly.
I promise you it's beet juice. Wanted to bring this up because in this new show that you're in with Netflix, The Perfect Couple, there's a big murder. There's a big crime going on.
You bet.
It's a big story about this this crime that happens around a wedding. And you play Shooter Duvall, the best man of the son. For people that haven't seen it, what can you tell us about your character and the story that resonates with you?
Well, for one, I think a lot of aspects of the character remained a mystery to me when I did read it.
Okay.
For one, which is something I really enjoyed and made me curious about who this guy is and what his background might be. So he's like you mentioned, the best man at the wedding. He's somebody that seems to be very close to the Winbury family.
He did it, right? I'm just kidding.
Listen.
I'm just kidding.
Listen. I don't want to put blood on my hands, and he kind of walks this insider-outsider balance,
Right.
In a very interesting way. He perhaps is the only other character other than Eve's, Amelia, that is sort of an outsider in this dynamic in a sense. So yeah, I thought it was a very fine balance to play. I thought it was very interesting.
Yeah, you were out there in Cape Cod shooting for 4 months.
Yeah.
In a very traditional Americana, American, northeastern
You said
type
it.
of America.
Absolutely.
So different from Mumbai.
Totally. New England.
Were there any culture shock moments for you when you were out there? Similar to your character, who is also this boarding school kid that's being, sent over. You kind of were living that in real life. Were you finding yourself discovering a lot of things that you had not seen before, experienced?
I mean, at the point at which you meet Shooter in this series,
Yeah.
he's a bit more well ensconced with the culture.
Yeah.
But for me, it was I won't hesitate to say the first few days that I got there. It was early spring, and I think it was cold, so there weren't very many people over there.
Okay.
And I happened to be there with one production assistant who would kind of jokingly walk me around town, and she'd be like, "Oh look, here's another Caucasian couple, or another one, and another one, or
Yeah,
white."
yeah.
You know, and then slowly it started to feel like I was in Get Out.
Oh,
I was like, why are they smiling at me?
Oh my
a little
God, yeah,
wider
that-
and a little longer. But I have to admit, I think the people there were really nice, and they kind of were really warm and welcoming.
Yeah.
I think it was the most happening thing that was happening in the town. I mean,
bet.
they kind of hated us for taking over a little bit.
All right.
But at the same time, it's a chapter of my life which is a little surreal and unimaginable. That's what this profession does. You know, it just puts you in places you'd never imagine you would.
right. Like you were saying earlier, like you got to literally live like a New Englander or just like a super rich like Caucasian family.
Out of nowhere. Thanks, Netflix.
Was there like something that was like, oh, I could get used to this, or like this feels like.
Oh, I
something
could get used to a lot of it. Yeah. For sure.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of seafood.
Yeah.
4
Oh, yeah.
months is a long time.
But you're pescatarian.
I am pescatarian,
But you
but I
have a
almost
limit?
wished
Yeah.
I wasn't at that point.
Oh, right.
I was doing a lot of ice baths,
Okay.
so I did make the risky, sort of impulsive
Did you go in the
choices of going in the water
Oh my gosh.
quite often.
Yeah. The Atlantic's like the cold, really cold.
It's also Shark Central. We had like a group on WhatsApp where
Yeah.
all of us young actors on the show would just have a good laugh. They would send back and forth a lot of shark videos.
Oh my God.
And one of the TikToks that somebody ended up sending was at a beach. It was the latest shark sighting at a beach, and it happened to be on the day that I had swam there.
Dude.
I know.
So the show's about a murder or death fictionally.
It would
we
have been
don't-
a minor inconvenience.
So you mentioned in an interview that you're aware that this type of role, going to like an Indian is kind of rare, right? Are there any South Asian actors in America that kind of broke into the industry that you kind of like look up to, just because there is this challenge out here in Western media?
Of course, yeah. I mean, over the years, one of the actors that I would love to cite the example of before I even talk about actors based out of America or the West in general would be Irfan. Because I think he's somebody who left an indelible mark in our industry, in Hindi films, and was able to transition so beautifully based on purely his charisma and his acting chops and the value that he added. And he's an actor that I will always kind of look up to.
Yeah.
And other than that, I can think of actors like Riz Ahmed. I think he's a fantastic talent. Priyanka Chopra, of course, is a big star,
Of course.
global sensation, an icon in her own right. So
That's amazing. All right, so our next ingredient is this big one right over here. This is a mix of coconut water, mango, and turmeric.
Love that.
That's why it's so bright and yellow.
I was hoping that you would incorporate turmeric. Because
We deliver
turmeric, you delivered the goods. Turmeric is what we like to call desi nuskha.
Okay.
It's the cure for everything.
Yeah,
And
the
I know,
cure, yeah.
like it is the ultimate immunity booster. Oh, it also, by the way, is antimicrobial and antibacterial. So if you have a wound, like a flesh wound, you can just put turmeric on it,
Are you for real?
and it'll heal faster.
And it'll taste delicious too.
Ew.
Well, I'm
For sure.
I'm glad that that we incorporated into it. Now it can be part of a boba drink. The reason why we have all these ingredients is because the perfect couple is about this wedding gone wrong.
Right.
This also is not your first series that kind of surrounds a wedding. Also, because you were also in A Suitable Boy, which was also on Netflix.
Yeah.
You're like always coming in and messing up these relationships and being this heartthrob that's distracting the ladies.
What
Why?
can I say? It's what they need me to do.
Also, no one's
I'm here
complaining
for
either.
it.
No one's complaining. So I brought these ingredients because they all are used in Indian weddings. So I've never been to an Indian wedding. I want to so bad.
Put that on your bucket list.
It is. Oh, I need to get invited first. So
Well,
when the time comes.
when the time comes.
Not starting any rumors, okay?
the time
No
comes.
rumors out there. But yes, so coconuts are used, like breaking the coconuts,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. It's not only for weddings though. I
Oh.
mean, I myself have broken a coconut as an auspicious, well, not for the lungs, but
Yeah.
like as an auspicious start to, say, for example, the first filming day of a movie.
Okay.
Production. you
Okay.
know, so
It's like a good luck.
it's
kind
a
of,
good
yeah.
luck charm, but only if you break it in the first hit. But if you botch it,
Oh, wait, so
it's over. It's
so
over.
there's a bride and groom that like in this ritual, like that if they don't break it the first, like everyone is like kind of like, uh-oh.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what the significance of that is, but I do know like it's the first time. You gotta do it in the first time.
Oh my gosh. Turmeric is also used in one of the rituals too in terms of like just like the decorations and the makeup and everything. So this is me trying to bring a little bit of Indian weddings here because I want to play a little bit of a wedding game with you. So I wanted to like kind of compare different traditions, Western and Indian weddings.
Okay.
And kind of like see what your take is, in comparison. Because
Do I have to choose?
let's just talk.
Let's just talk.
You don't have
Alright,
to,
I like
we're
that.
not, we're
That's
not
less
saying what's
aggressive.
better or worse, but I think some of them are clearly better if you ask me.
Alright.
Again, my pronunciation, please correct me if I'm wrong. I apologize.
Sure, yeah.
So on American wedding side, sometimes the bride does a dance versus the Sangeet?
Sangeet.
Sangeet.
The Sangeet is a musical
Yes.
ritual that happens before the weddings.
Yeah.
It's a celebration, both the families come together, friends in the families put up like elaborate performances
Yeah.
sometimes. For the other side, just to like, it's all about who's the better dancer, really. Really.
Does it actually come down to like trying
It
to show
comes
them
down
up?
to that.
That sounds pretty amazing.
It's a bit
I think
insane.
I think that's a tally for Indian weddings.
I would say the same. Yeah.
On the American wedding side, nice little rehearsal dinner. It's just a dinner before the day.
Participated in.
Yeah, okay,
In
cool.
in the perfect couple.
in a scripted version,
scripted
in the
version.
Netflix scripted version. And then the haldi ceremony.
Yeah.
All right, can you explain the haldi ceremony?
Haldi is literally turmeric.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
It's beautiful. It's they basically put it on your face and on your skin. It's usually the parents of the bride and the groom that do it to the couple the night before to give them their blessings.
So it kind of sounds like the haldi ceremony takes that one over the rehearsal dinner.
It's beautiful because there is a physical,
Yeah.
like ritual attached. But to be honest, I don't know too much about rehearsal dinners and I haven't attended one. So
What are you talking about? You attended one in Nantucket.
the Netflix one. The Netflix version.
All right, last one. The groom's procession
Yeah.
versus the barat. Am I saying that right?
The barat.
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 Yeah, the Barat gets hectic.
What? So the barat is for the groom.
Yeah,
Him coming in.
It's great. It's very exciting.
horses
it's what we
sometimes?
like, what we call the ladke wale.
Okay.
Which is the groom's side.
Yeah.
It's a procession. The grandeur of it is like, imagine you're in a kingdom or
Yeah,
something
right.
like that. Like it's a
Man,
bit ridiculous.
that's-
There are horses involved. Sometimes there are
Yeah.
elephants.
It's a big show.
It's a big show. It's a
whereas
big show.
At my wedding, I just walked down. I just walked. No one was around me.
It's simple, right?
I know.
Like few people get hurt for one.
All right, so it kind of sounds like I gotta get to an Indian wedding pretty fast.
I think you do.
All right. The last ingredient is we have these.
Is that lotus stem?
This is lotus roots, and we dehydrate it because lotus is like the official flower of India. But it's also we wanted to bring something that represents the blossoming of your career right now, which is again, I'm not trying to like downplay everything you've accomplished, but I just say that this is a huge milestone for you. So we were celebrating the perfect couple here, your U.S. debut. So we brought in some dried lotus root as a
Thank
garnish.
you. That's
Yes.
the gesture is so lovely that it almost takes away my fear of putting this lotus into this boba tea. Like I'm not sure what it's gonna taste like.
It's just the garden. Well, you'll see in a
But
second.
I have to say, I love eating it as a sabzi, as a vegetable.
Yes.
But I don't know what it's going to be like in a drink. We'll find
We'll
out.
find out in a second. Well, you made it a very important part of your career to earn every role and to work hard and be prepared for this industry. And so even though you've been in the industry for a while now, what challenges do you still feel like you're facing, and especially coming into Hollywood? What are you looking forward to take on?
Well, thank you for saying that, first of all. I do place a lot of importance in earning my way forward.
Yes.
The biggest challenge for an actor is really to stay true to themselves, because there are so many voices in your head.
Yeah.
And they often add a lot of value as well, but most often it can just become a cacophony of like noise, and it ends up confusing you, and then you become like just a shadow of yourself. And it's very important to me to keep growing as a person so that I can keep sort of infusing that energy into my art.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to sound self-important here,
No,
or
no,
like,
I mean,
I
it's
know this
your
can sound
career.
very pretentious, but like
No.
it's something I care about and think about often. And yeah, so the most important challenge for me is through it all. I mean, through big moments such as these, it feels surreal. You know, I wouldn't have imagined that I'd be waking up working with Nicole Kidman someday.
Great way to debut in the US.
It's wonderful,
Yeah.
and she's incredible, and you know, the rest of the cast was amazing. And then there are a solid bunch of actors, which is really for me the most fulfilling thing. You know, like, and we were really putting in some work, you know, and like playing off of each other. It was fun. I kind of strive to do more of that, and hopefully, while giving the audience what they would like to see me do, give them a little bit of a surprise every time.
Ishan, thank you so much for sharing so much about just your background and what you're looking forward to. It was really wonderful getting to know that all this about you. Are you ready to try the drink?
Let's make it.
All right, cool.
go.
We're gonna start things off with our boba. I cannot believe you already had someone else's boba when you knew you were coming to spill the boba tea. Wow.
I'm not recovering from I can't believe you just had someone else's boba. That's my favorite sentence of the day. I'm generous about boba, and I feel like I do need the calories at the
Oh my
moment.
gosh, that is a lot of boba.
I mean, I just want to bob it up.
Now it's time for the blood. Oh wow. Wow, look at that. You can do the whole thing. Look at you. Showing me up. All right, that looks great.
Should I try it?
Yeah. Is this super spicy?
That's yum.
Whoa,
Yeah, that was
wait,
spicy.
hold on, this is hitting hard.
Oh, is that hitting hard? Oh, cute.
You took the spiciest one too.
It has a bit of tang to it. I would say.
He's like, I think I feel something. But look how beautiful this is. This is Ishan in the cup. Oh my gosh.
I'll take it.
Before we try it, we have to name it. I have a pitch for you.
Yeah, what's that?
It's the perfect cup all. The perfect cup all. The cup. Damn. I really thought that was gonna hit.
How
harder.
about we just call it boba shooter?
Boba shooter? I like that.
It's a boba shooter.
Cheers, Ishan. Thank you so much for coming on Spill the Boba Tea.
Thank you so much for helping me discover the shooter boba.
To The Perfect Couple, now streaming on Netflix. Guys, let's try it. Ready?
Cheers, man.
Ooh. That rice, that fermented rice, gives it like almost like a sake flavor.
Yeah, I have to say this is actually really good.
It's really good because it's all your ingredients. This is you. You're really good.
You're very kind, but that's basically a good way of saying like we set it up. Like this is really, I didn't really have a choice in the matter. This is actually really good.
Cheers once again on your success and your new chapter with Netflix, The Perfect Couple, now streaming. Go check it out. Thank you so much again, Ishan, for coming by.
Thank you, my man.
And cheers.
Cheers. Appreciate it.
How's the boba?
I got to know you.
Yeah. I knew it. I was like, maybe
I bobbed it up.